Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics. Hey gang, what's up? Just Ehren right here, Question Period Canada. How y'all doing? Back with another crazy committee video. This one's Larry Brock. He was a big-time prosecutor. Now you can tell that he was a lawyer. Like, you can tell the way that he asks his questions and demands answers in committee. He's intense, guys. Let's take a peek at Larry Brock. Let's go.
Mr. Brock, you have the floor for 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Chair. So, Mr. Bashir, I'm still going to be circling back on your relationship with GC Strategies and Christian Firth. Your evidence is somewhat clear, 3 to 4 possible meetings with Mr. Firth before you engaged with him pursuant to direction given by Mr. Utano. Did any of those meetings occur at his place of business?
No, sir, they did not.
Okay. All at the government offices?
All in the lobby of 90 Elgin, from what I recall, yes.
Were you familiar with where he conducted his business?
I did not have any line of sight into that.
He probably didn't tell you he operated out of his basement, did he?
I did not have any line of sight into that either.
No, he didn't offer that.
That's correct.
Didn't tell you where he worked out of? Did he give you a business card at least?
It's possible. I don't recall, but I don't recall the basement conversation coming up.
Okay, so help me with this because I have a hard time reconciling the evidence that your partner, Mr. Hartaj Najir, gave on the last occasion and your evidence today with respect to a very key issue. And my colleague, Mr. Nader, had basically used a phrase called flim-flammed. You weren't familiar with that phrase. It could be hoodwinked. It could be snowed. It could be lied to. You certainly didn't know, is what I understand, you didn't know that they offered no IT services whatsoever. They were strictly a middleman, connecting the government of Canada with professionals. You're saying you didn't know that, and Mr. Firth didn't volunteer that information. That's what you're telling us today, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so here's the problem. Your partner, Mr. Najir, on the last occasion at committee said the following. The firm, KPMG, followed rigorous processes and determined no adverse considerations in contracting with GC Strategies, given that they were a well-known entity in the government sector. Both versions cannot be true at the same time. What were those rigorous processes that determined there were no adverse considerations? Did you at least do an address check?
Thank you for the question. I don't know the detail, and I'll ask Ms. Lee after this to provide whatever details you can about our acceptance processes as that is executed by another team. But my understanding is that they look into a variety of factors, including the board of directors or C-suite, any kind of
Board of directors. It was a partnership. It wasn't a corporation. So let's move on to the other checks.
Thank you. My understanding is they look for, any public lawsuits or adverse media attention, things of that nature. But Ms. Lee, please, if I'm missing anything in our...
That's right. That's correct.
And at that given time, given that these are, point-in-time assessments, nothing of concern was raised?
A leading multinational consulting firm exercises the bare minimum of due diligence to determine that you are legitimately dealing with an IT company that lied to you. Don't you recognize the problems inherent with what you just stated to me? Don't you think you need to revamp your investigative measures to determine who you're actually dealing with?
Thank you for the member's question, and if I may, Mr. Chair, I just want to comment on the testimony from Hartaj last time we were here. He was referring to the client engagement and the engagement acceptance process that we go through for every single project that we do, which is the and if I may,
Ms. Lee, that's fine. This is my time. I have some other questions to ask of you. So, Mr. Utano asked you to deal specifically with GC Strategies in the virtual meeting that you had with him, correct? Okay. Did he say why?
At that time, my understanding was that he was exploring a variety of procurement options as likely direct.
Give you any other government, he didn't give you any other companies to deal with. He didn't say you can deal with GC or you can deal with Dalian or you can deal with Coridex. You choose. He just said, I want you to work with GC, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So at the time, we were exploring either, like I said, going out to RFP, full RFP, using the SEPS vehicle, or GC strategies were the three options.
And that's the first time that you had ever, working with the government of Canada, you had ever worked with a contractor that wasn't directly the government of Canada. Isn't that fair to say?
Me personally, that was my first time, but as our written response stated, our firm has subcontracted in the past with approximately 13 companies.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics. So what do you think, gang? Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. These videos are so crazy. Things that happen in the House of Commons are ludicrous these days. We've got to keep an eye on these Liberals and NDP, their nasty coalition. We certainly do need an election. I'll invite you to come and join our live broadcasts. We cover those daily, every single question period. It's a great chat room, a fun community. Come and hang out with us there. Till the next video, we're just showing you all of these crazy clips. Canadians can make up their own minds. They need to see this stuff though. Till the next video, thank you for watching this one. I'm Ehren. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all those fun things. We'll catch you next video. Thanks a lot, gang. Till next time.